Этому городу
This city has been given, and continues to hold, special significance for both the Ukrainian side and the Russian armed forces. This is because the city is not just a major infrastructure hub connected to an entire network of communications within the region. More importantly, from a military standpoint, it serves as a strong bridgehead to accomplish all the objectives set at the beginning of the special military operation. That is, from this bridgehead and this section, the Russian army finds it convenient to advance in all directions that the General Staff considers most promising. Therefore, it has always been marked as one of the priorities in the Donetsk People's Republic, not only by the Ukrainian side, but also by our armed forces, along with several other fortified areas. This location was also one of the heavily fortified zones. Today, it is fully under the control of the Russian army, as recently reported by the commander of the Center military grouping. This question likely arises because doubts persist over whether this is actually the case. If anyone remains unsure, as we've already discussed previously, I have already made a suggestion. What was the suggestion? I proposed that your foreign colleagues, and even Ukrainian journalists, are welcome. We are prepared to grant Ukrainian journalists the right to visit the city of Krasnoarmeysk and see for themselves what is happening there, and who truly controls this settlement. I recall that when we made this offer several weeks ago, the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry issued a warning. They categorically objected and began threatening journalists, and so forth. However, now the Ukrainian Foreign Ministry no longer has any authority over the matter, since the city is entirely under the control of Russian armed forces. Naturally, there is still some danger involved, as the front lines are very close and drones are constantly flying overhead. Nevertheless, Russian war correspondents are on the ground and reporting. I am confident that there are also honest professionals in the West who committed to their journalistic duties and are willing to objectively inform their audiences about developments around the world, including in the Ukrainian theater. Therefore, we will do everything possible to ensure their safety and are ready to escort them through all districts of Krasnoarmeysk. This also applies to Kupyansk. Kupyansk has, in fact, been fully under our control for several days, or rather, several weeks, now. It seems to me that Ukraine's leadership is currently preoccupied with other matters that have little to do with the situation on the battlefield. Frankly, it appears as if they are living on another planet. When one is constantly traveling around, begging for money, there is probably no time left for actual governance, not in the economy, and certainly not on the front. Now, regarding Kupyansk, the city consists of two parts. One part, the larger one which includes the city center, is situated on the right bank of the river. The smaller section is on the left bank. Russian troops control both the entire right bank and left bank parts of the city, and have also advanced slightly southward along the river. There is another settlement called Kupyansk-Uzlovaya. It has approximately 2,000 buildings. Combat operations are ongoing there. Of these, about 600 buildings, maybe 600 to 650, are currently in the hands of the Russian army. The advance is continuing. I believe that within a few days, we will have full control of this settlement as well. Though separate, it is still part of the broader Kupyansk region. Additionally, it is important to note that on the left bank of the river, an enemy force consisting of 15 battalions is currently encircled. Russian troops have commenced the process of liquidating this enemy grouping.